Hello, and welcome to Hearts of Iron 4 Trains Guide for NoStepBack. Today, we're going to be going over all the types of trains and how to use them and which ones are better than other ones. Okay, so we're just going to get right into it. It's going to be a rather short video. You start with this train in 1936, and it's just your basic train. We're going to talk about the armored one first, and then we're going to talk about the one that costs less. So the armored one costs a significant amount more than your regular train, okay? And you can get this in 1936. This compared to the train that you can get it's technically a 1939 tech, so you can get it around 1938. So if we compare these two, because that's what the direct competitor is going to be, is this one costs more than double this train. So you can build 2 of these trains for every one of the armored train. Okay, with that in mind, we're going to take a look. Why would you even build an armored train? Okay. The only things that can actually hurt an armored train that can do logistical strikes are tactical bombers, right? They can hurt the trains and blow them up, okay? This is what they're good for. And the only other type of aircraft that can possibly do it are CAS aircraft, right? They're the only other type of aircraft that can possibly damage trains, right? So these ones, so CAS and tactical bombers are the only ones that can do this. Okay, not strategic bombers, right? Not naval bombers, nothing like that, right? It's specifically just at trains, right? So with that in mind, what possible reason could you have to build armored trains? There's not many. The fact that you have to, one, lose air superiority over your own territory is crucial. And then you have to be getting logistically striked from TAC bombers or from CAS aircraft, okay? A player's not going to do this. They're going to do close air support with their CAS. I don't see a reason to do that. That's ridiculous, okay? So, with that in mind, and the AI is not going to logistically strike your trains enough for you to build these. You have to lose air superiority for you to use these trains, even effectively. And even then, you're paying double. So, with that in mind, which train should you build? Well, that's very simple. You continuously build these trains, the first ones you get. And then you get the war ones, okay, that are even cheaper. You don't build these trains. These trains are a meme. They cost even more resources. Don't build them, okay? Now we're going to talk about this thing, this magnificent gun that it's not really cost effective, but everyone's going to build them anyway. So we'll get into it. Okay, so railway artillery, the meme of the game right now, and useful, but very, very, very expensive. So we're going to get into this. Okay. So to even build these things, you have to research them, which it requires you to go take 2 techs down here to get to it, okay? And then it requires a significant amount of resource investment, and it's an insane production cost. So with that in mind, you can only put 5 factories on it. Now, the fact that you can pump these out every few months the fact that you can produce 5 every year is ridiculous. So people are going to do it, and it's hilarious because it's actually kind of effective. So basically with railway artillery, what we do here is they have to follow train lines, right? And wherever you deploy them, which this one is going to be in Berlin, they have to go through the rail lines to get to places, right? So we're just going to move this one around, right? And it has to follow these rail lines, okay? So you need to lay lines down to where you think you're going to advance, your axes of advance, right? To use them effectively. So now we're going to show you what they actually do in combat, because it's not what you think. Okay, so what they're doing, right, is they're giving a shore bombardment bonus. Should sound familiar. They're giving a shore bombardment bonus on land. So if you're familiar with invading islands, you usually get a bonus if you have battleships there that bombard the shoreline and lower defenses. The exact same thing is happening here, okay? Except it is only 10. Right? It's only 10 against their defense. Now, this is useful against the Maggio line and fortifications as such. And there's really no reason not to build these things because it's hilarious and they're great. The one thing that people need to realize is you can't actually stack them. it doesn't matter if you have like 20 in the same area. Only one will actually do the applying damage, the debuff. Okay, so there's that. So with that, we're gonna go to a conclusion. Okay, so in conclusion, we went over the types of trains, and then which ones to build, and then which ones to use, and how to use them effectively. Okay, and what the penalties they give to the enemies and all of that other stuff. Okay, so just a brief overview again. You build these trains. You do not build the armored trains. You then go to the war austerity measure trains and you build them for the rest of the game. You can use the gun here and debuff your enemies, and it's kind of a meme. And you can build a lot of them. However, they only debuff the enemy one time. Doesn't matter how many guns are in this little circle area. So with that, if you like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Otherwise, please have a nice day.